find out that this was trying to sacrifice my son. Everybody keeps coming for my child, and now this witch says she's gonna sacrifice him to her voodoo idols.
So apparently, Beyonce is being accused again of doing black magic. Now here's what I'm gonna say. Everybody ain't lying. I spent probably a week doing research on all the people that they were connected with, and all of them are connected to some sort of black magic, some sort of witchery, okay?
Y'all, the industry is on fire right now because Nicki Minaj just crossed the line that nobody ever thought she would. Word in the streets is that she allegedly has been accusing Beyonce of trying to sacrifice her son Papa Bear. For months now, people have been talking about the tension between Nicki and the Carters, but now it looks like this quiet feud just exploded into a full-blown war. According to reports, Nicki believes Beyonce has been dabbling in dark spiritual stuff for years, and she's convinced that B is plotting to use Papa Bear as some kind of lesson or punishment for speaking out. And here's where things get even wilder. Insiders claim that Jay-Z has officially had enough of Nicki's accusations, and he's allegedly preparing to fire back with legal action. It's messy, it's dangerous, and it's turning into one of the most shocking celebrity face-offs the industry has ever seen. So is Nicki being delulu, or is she really under attack like she has been trying to tell us? Let's get into it. Okay, so one thing about Miss Nicki Minaj is that she's going to constantly keep her foot on Jay-Z's and Beyonce's neck. You know, being the bad guy. However, this time the situation just might be a little more concerning than that, because allegedly Nicki may have cause to believe that Papa Bear might be under attack from Beyonce. Now, everybody knows that Beyonce has been fighting these witchcraft allegations for a long time, so this isn't anything new. But so far, all we have heard of her is allegedly using witchcraft against adults and other people in the industry, and never against children. So Nicki's claims about Beyonce and Papa Bear are kind of wild and shocking. But to be fair, Nicki did throw that first shot a couple of weeks ago when she brought Beyonce's kids into the beef that she had been having with Desiree Perez and Jay-Z. She tweeted, "Camel and rat, we are not fazed by botted tweets and bots in the comments. That's precisely why you broke now. Desiree got Phyllis since I said she ugly, now she uglier. Oh, B, Camel, let's talk about your kids today. That's on the docket, ninja. Shuffles papers." Now this was during that same rant where she and Cardi went after each other's children and said some very nasty things about each other's kids. And during that fight, Jay-Z also caught some strays because Nicki tweeted some stuff like, "Jay-Z, take off that effing lace front," and "Jay-Z got mad that I wouldn't give him a beat that I had already begun legal paperwork for. The song I did with Weeknd on Queen. He said it's Beyonce's beat, and Hoberson just laid down and let them take it and then sue me for making a similar beat." Now Jay-Z and Beyonce would have probably ignored all of this, but then she decided to bring their kids into the situation. And as you know, the Carters don't play about the little baby Carters. I mean, y'all remember when they were this close to suing Kanye for the mean things he said about their twins, right? I'm talking about the tweets where Kanye said, "Wait, has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? They're retarded. No, like literally, this is why artificial insemination is such a blessing. Having retarded children is a choice." He ended up deleting the tweets after a while, but he then made it clear that the only reason he deleted them was that he didn't want his Twitter account flagged for violating the policies and that he wasn't sorry or remorseful for what he said. He tweeted, "I need everyone to know that I took the post about Jay-Z and Beyonce's family down and Jerry Lorenzo's family down because there was a possibility my Twitter being canceled, not because I'm a good person. Now Jay-Z and Beyonce on the other end of F them and their entire families." But according to Page 6, Jay-Z and Beyonce find it shocking that Kanye attacked their two youngest children in a disgusting, all-caps rant via X on Tuesday evening. The couple will absolutely not stand for it. After the stronger rapper had spoken about their children in such a vulgar, and if Jay-Z and Beyonce are aware of the post, Kanye has been since deleted and are discussing how they want to handle the situation, whether that be privately and or in a legal matter. Now they ended up not suing him, but things haven't been going very great for Kanye since that happened. He even had to apologize to some of the very people he said mean things about, and now the streets are saying that Beyonce allegedly went all voodoo on him for running his mouth about her kids. And if she's willing to do that about someone who was once like a brother to her, y'all better believe that she would do worse to Nicki, if it's at all true. But honestly, Nicki has been throwing shade at Beyonce and Jay-Z for a minute now. To be fair, she claims the reason for the beef is that Jay-Z allegedly tried to play a fast one on her and cheat her out of millions. And one tweet, she said, "We've calculated about 100 to 2 million so far. Jay-Z, call me to settle this karmic debt. It's only collecting more interest. You still on my top 5 though. Let's get it, ninjas. And anyone still calling him Hov will answer to God for the blasphemy. I'm going to use some of my money Jay-Z owes me to send some of my barbs to college, pay their school fees, and student loans via my Student of the Game charity." So yeah, there's a lot of bad blood here. And like I said, Nicki has been super shady. For example, in her song with Doja Cat, Say So, Nicki said, "Why you talking about who body fake? With all them fillers in your face, you just full of hate. The real ad ain't keep your ninja home. Now you looking silly, that's worried to silicone." Yeah, and fans immediately clocked this tea because it came after Beyonce's line in Meg Thee Stallion's song Savage, where she said, "If you wanna see some real ab, baby, it's your chance." I said left cheek, right cheek, drop it low and then swing. Texas up in this thing, put you up on this game. RV Park in my frame, gang, 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 gang. If you don't jump to put jeans on, baby, you don't feel my pain. But the thing is, Nicki knew exactly what she was doing when she made that comment about her butt not being enough to keep her man home. That line felt way too specific to be random. I mean, we remember the Lemonade album, especially since she had her own drama with Megan too. But that wasn't the last time that fans thought that she was shading Beyonce, because in her song Press Play, Nicki actually mentioned her by name, saying, "They said, why can't you, Beyonce? Daddy was no businessman, mama was no business owner. What an idiot." Oh, and then she hosted the VMAs in 2023, and Nicki has something real interesting to say, hinting that Jay-Z and Roc Nation had threatened MTV into dropping Nicki.
Now listen, real quick. MTV is petrified because they got a couple calls yesterday, and people were saying, what if Nicki says this and if Nicki says that? And you know, and I said, it's okay, MTV, I can control myself.
Nicki has also been taking the indirect shots at Jay-Z, accusing him of using Megan to come for her. In one tweet, she called Megan out for acting tough just because she got Roc Nation behind her. Nicki wrote, "B thinks she a bully cause she got a Roc Nation brunch every year. Be mad at party. He told all your tea, but you taking shots at my family? Get up on your good foot. Go apologize to your mother, you nasty serpent." And when Beyonce was on her Cowboy Carter tour earlier in the year, of course Nicki was right there throwing shade. A fan tweeted, "The original cowgirl vid. I don't care." And Nicki replied with the side-eye emoji. It got even shadier when someone posted a picture of Nicki on stage, and she replied with, "The bull I ride is not mechanical." Yeah, that was a not so subtle shade towards Beyonce, because y'all know that Beyonce was on that stage riding like a tyrant with that mechanical bull like her life depended on it. Then Nicki later hopped on the station head and played Beyonce's song Flawless. I wake up flawless, and that's the one that Nicki's featured on. At first, fans took it as a sign that things were good between them, but she quickly cleared that up. Nicki made it clear that just because she played Beyonce's song doesn't mean they're on good terms.
Listen, Onika Tanya, Mariah Petty, I've done some amazing work in my time. I've changed the game and rearranged the game, and you know what I'm saying, body shamed the game and then came again. Okay, so listen, sometimes Onika just want to hear Onika. You feel me? Don't mean see him in the street, kick him right in my throat, and then do motion. Okay.
Now, while all this was going on, we didn't hear a peep from Beyonce. But y'all want to know who we did hear from? Solange, that's who. Now, everybody knows that Solange is not the one you want to play with, and even Jay-Z learned that the hard way. Right around the time that Nicki was running her mouth, Solange made a not so subtle threat when she posted what looked like a voodoo altar. She also turned off the comments, so everybody knew exactly what she was doing. Well, fast forward to now in Nicki's comments about Beyonce's children, and right now she's probably wishing that she never said nothing about the Carter kids, because now Beyonce allegedly has Papa Bear in her sights. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth type of stuff. Word in the streets is that Nicki believes that Beyonce allegedly put some sort of voodoo on Papa Bear, which is why he is allegedly mute. Now, I'm not saying that Beyonce did something to Papa Bear or not, because that's a wild thought in itself, but Nicki really should have known better than to go after Beyonce's kids, because if it wasn't Beyonce, it might have been karma. Beyonce has been rumored for years to be in some dark occult practices, is. Again, I'm not saying that she is or isn't, but multiple people have come forward over the years with the same accusations, like her former drummer. According to the drummer, fans might not be too far off with their speculations because she accused Beyoncé of dabbling heavily in the occult. The drummer's name is Kimberly Thompson, and according to the Daily Beast, she claims that for some reason B has started a campaign of harassment against her that includes extreme witchcraft, dark magic, and magic spells of sexual molestation. She also claims the Lemonade star murdered Kitten. Thompson believes Beyoncé has been tapping her phones and controlling her finances. It's unclear why Thompson believes the singer is allegedly doing all this just to her, but she is adamant it all stems from B. Now, Kimberly also went live on Instagram to expose her.
At the time, this person was casting spells and manipulating me and controlling my job situations, my relationships, all just a very wicked tactic to just keep me down and keep me under some type of control.
Oh, and y'all remember when Kanye went off on 2022 accusing Jay-Z and Beyonce of allegedly taking people out and being controlled, right?
They try to suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me.
Not
You see,
you.
it ain't no name I won't name. My mama ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah, I'm Christian too.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize. And this
Jasper Wright also hinted in her interview with Piers Morgan that Beyonce was allegedly behind Aaliyah's passing.
I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about.
Now, Nicki has probably heard all these allegations, which makes it wild that she would keep going after them. But now, she's running scared, allegedly, and she's determined to expose Jay-Z and Beyonce once and for all. Except, insiders are saying that Beyonce and Jay-Z are as confused as all we are. Word in the streets is that they never did anything to Nicki and have no idea why she's been going after them for years. It's been pretty easy to dismiss her rant as being the results of using Coca-Cola, even though she has always denied being a user. But her recent claims have finally gone too far, and rumor has it that Jay-Z is finally considering a defamation lawsuit against her. That's not all, but he also allegedly plans to get a restraining order as well as a gag order, so she can never speak about his family again. But this is where things stand. Nicki's gone from sneak diss into straight up spiritual warfare, and now the industry is holding its breath. If what she's saying about Beyonce is even halfway true, that changes everything. But if not, then Nicki might have just poked at the wrong empire and it's got herself looking crazy. Now, Jay-Z is allegedly gearing up to hit back with lawyers. Beyonce is keeping that quiet power move energy, and Papa Bear's name is suddenly in the middle of one of the biggest feuds we've ever seen. It's like Nicki versus the world right now. Either Nicki's finally exposing what everybody's been too scared to say, or she's just declared war on the Carters with no way out. If that's the case, the story is nowhere near over.